Hey, people, listen. It is Wednesday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. If you in the building, you know the routine. Do the diva a favor and hit the like button, okay? Listen, people, tonight title is called Be Careful. Be careful. We got an ex-NBA player that talked about a health scare that he had. He was about to go out to on a date night with his wife. And then all of a sudden he just went in the bathroom, blacked out, passed out, said he woke up in a pool of blood, and he's just glad to be alive. And he's giving advice. He's telling everybody, live your life. And I'm going to paraphrase, live your best life. Whatever it is you love to do. And I'm not talking about doing it to the point where you can't pay your rent, not doing something that is going to harm your health or harm you. But if you like to go to the movies, go to the movies. You like to play games, play games. Not to the point where you're ignoring other people, but y'all get what I'm saying. Live your best life. I actually enjoy coming up doing my trending topics, and that's 99.9% of the reason why I do it. That's why whether one person's here, 2, 3, 4, or none, I'm going to do trending topics because it's what I like to do. Y'all understand? Whatever it is you like to do, just do it. So we're going to talk about him, his health scare, and I think he gave people very good advice. Live your life because you don't know when your last moment or day will be. Then listen, the people working in these fast food restaurants, they're over it. They're over it. They're tired of the people coming in, disrespecting them, coming in drunk, high, belligerent, just cursing them out because the fries didn't come right, all of that. This manager in Whataburger, that customer had the wrong one that day. The manager took something. He was acting a fool, and he is just whoop to whoop to whoop to whoop. He beat him down. The people are tired of playing with the people. Listen, everybody's lives matter. I don't care if you are the person who cleans the bathroom at a job. I don't care if you are the worker. I don't care if you the manager. I don't care if you are the high level person all the way at the top. Everybody in that building that is working matters. Nobody has the right to go in a fast food restaurant and cut a whole fool just because they think they can. That's why I said that man messed around and he found, come on, thank you, Latanya, respect. Respect for everybody. Well, he met the right one that day. And then we got this deplorable girlfriend. I will never understand why people feel the need to, you don't want me no more, but you're going to torture me and take my life. And sometimes, you know, the conversations we have in trending topics, sometimes it starts to wear on me. It wears me down. Because y'all keep saying, you know, when somebody take a life, then they should do life in prison. And you know what? I'm starting to connect with that. This girl took another person's life, so do life in prison. So that way for the rest of your life, you can sit there, have to wake up a certain time, go to sleep a certain time, only wash your behind at a certain time, eat whatever they give you. And all of that time, you could think about how you tortured this able person that trusted you. Listen, people. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for me to bring the people on in the building so we can have a talk. So what do I need in the chat? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Wednesday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title's called Be Careful. We got the ex-NBA player that said he almost was out of here, but God gave him a second chance, so he's going to use it. We got the Whataburger manager attack, and we got the deplorable girlfriend. Let me bring the people on in the building. Hey, in my opinion.
Hey, Diva Choo Choo.
Hey, Julius. Hey, Savannah.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hit the
Diva.
like button for the Diva.
Hey, Wayne. All right, people. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this story. Let's first do this ex NBA player, Chris Bosh. I mean, his story really, really, connected with me because I think that these individuals that give this good message of trying to tell the people, live your life now, live while you're here. I really, can connect and appreciate the message. So Chris Bosh, I woke up covered in my own blood. And so he details his own, health, so to speak. And as soon as this commercial pass, I'll get into it. So, former NBA star Chris Bosh is opening up on a recent medical emergency, revealing he was getting ready for a date night and with his wife when he blacked out and woke up in a pool of his own blood. The Hall of Famer shared the news with his followers, saying he was walking into his bathroom when a numbing sensation shot down his left leg. Oh wait, here it is. Let's hold on one second.
So I woke up covered in my own blood. It was crazy. It was fast. It was instant. There was no warning. I didn't have any time to prepare for it. I was getting ready to go on a date with my wife, and the next thing you know, I was on the ground. I won't get into specifics, but you can kind of see I'm still recovering. I'm not going to try to hide that one in case I look different, but it was a scary thing, and it came fast, and it made me really have a different outlook on life and how things go, what we do for ourselves, what we do for our family, how we live our lives. And no matter what it is, make sure you don't wait. That's the thing that I get from this. Don't wait to take action. Because it could come fast, it could come quick, and I'm lucky to be alive, and I feel great about that. And now I'm thinking about how I live my day-to-day life. That's really it. But don't wait. Don't wait to take action. You might be wanting to get a promotion. You might want to try out for the team. You might want to go on that vacation. It might be so many different things that people want to do, that we want to do, that we never do. So that's what I get from all this. Don't wait for it. You might want to start a business. Don't wait. Just do it. You might hit the deck. I don't know. I'm lucky. I came back. When it was just darkness, it wasn't anything else. I went to the darkness. I came back. I have no recollection. I have no memory other than coming back here. So don't wait.
I think it's a really good message. Don't wait. Hold on. Don't wait. So wait, let me go down. Former NBA star Chris Bosh is opening up on a recent medical emergency, revealing he was getting ready for a date night with his wife when he blacked out and woke up in a pool of his own blood. The Hall of Famer shared the news with his followers, saying he was walking into his bathroom when a numbing sensation shot down his left leg. When he came to, Bosh said he was covered in his own blood and his wife was on the phone with emergency responders. He said he tried to move his body but was unsuccessful. He's only 41, y'all. 41-year-old Bosh, who officially retired from the NBA in 2016 due to blood clots, admitted in his newsletter he thought he was owed more from life after having already survived a health situation that ended my prior career, but he was wrong. Bosh said the health scare, which he did not disclose or say what exactly, when exactly it happened, but said he's still visibly showing signs of recovery, gave him a new perspective on life. After coming back from the darkness, there was no euphoric clarity, he said, no life montage flashing before my eyes, no voice in my ears telling me it will be okay and what to do next. Just gratitude for still being alive and a newfound sobering awareness of how everything actually is. What did change was an immediate outlook on life that was simpler and more honest. The fourth overall pick in the 2003 NBA wants to use his experience to remind people to pay attention to themselves and their surroundings and make the most of their time. The ordinary parts of life don't feel meaningful until they're taken away, and by then it's too late. Bosh said he was lucky to be alive, and it's clear he's going to take advantage of it. Good message. And to me, he doesn't have to tell us exactly what happens. The point is, I think he's saying, take care of yourself, make sure you go for your medical checkups, and live your best life. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Life is too short. Um, he's right. If you want to do something, quit delaying it. You never know where that yes is. It could be right around the corner, and you're delaying it. We gotta live for the right now, in the right now. Tomorrow is not promised. We hope tomorrow is gonna be here, but tomorrow is not promised. So whatever the issue is, whether it's keep buying a house, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's going on a trip, don't delay it. Go ahead and do it today because you never know what tomorrow may bring. So I like his message.
Thank you. In my opinion, Julius, your thoughts?
And that type of thing is why I'm going on my cruise in April. Being a PCA for 10 years and helping take care of my mom, seeing her have different health problems, it has opened my eyes. Life is fragile. You only get one. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas do not apply.
Mm.
The universe has revealed to me, and God most and foremost, is to live in the moment, the right now. And if a person just wants peace and calm, have that peace and calm. If you want to be around a bunch of people, be around the people. Life is what you make it. Now, make good decisions, but do the things that you want to do.
Mm. Thank you, Julius. Wayne, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a nice story. I just, wish he could have elaborated on more how he got there, to make people be aware of something, we all know that tomorrow ain't promised. But I think it would have been a little more helpful if he could have been able to articulate without not saying what was wrong to help somebody else out there. That's all.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
I agree with Wade. I wish he would have provided more information. Um, Someone like Chris, he's been battling health issues for uh, over a decade now. That's why he left the Miami Heat. And he normally is a unproblematic person. You don't really hear about him too much in social media or on the streets. But I think as humans, as people, we don't put our health as a priority. Um, and it's kind of always like last nature after we take care of the kids in the house and work. And it's always the last thing on our list to get to, whether it's our physical health. I don't even know where mental health comes in on the list. And you kind of have to have both of them together because they kind of go in unison, taking care of your physical health and your mental health. It's actually it's critical. It's all your overall well-being. Um, Unfortunately, with the medical insurance and all the politics that play into all the insurance hassle that goes on, we tend to not make the right choices when it comes to our health, and we put things off. So I like his message. But I really wish he would have gave us a little bit more information, and I hope he becomes an advocate for what his condition was and what he overcame. That he does some research and is able to educate others, especially in his community.
Yeah. I think part of it too is now with the sharing so much like online, people are so mean, they start to judge and say other things. So I don't know. But I still did appreciate his message of kind of live your best life. I'm gonna go ahead and roll into our next story, and the Whataburger manager, handling the belligerent customer like he wasn't playing. So, because people are doing too much now, and when it comes in terms of the workers in stores, like they just don't have no respect, and it's crazy. So he got trashed. Shocking moment: a Whataburger fast food manager beats drunk customer with a bin at the thug leap behind the counter. And see, that's the other thing too. It's like, how are you going up in the worker space? You done lost your natural mind. Okay, so here it is. It's happening so quick, darn it. I hope it goes back there. Let me just my thing is spinning now. All right, it's a short video, but I'm gonna see if I can get back to it, and we'll just all see it real quick. Hold on one second. No, okay, I'll go back. I'll circle back to it because it kind of skipped. But this is the gobsmacking moment: a Whataburger fast food manager beats an unruly customer with a bin after allegedly leaping behind the counter. Dramatic footage showed a brave staff member fending off the suspect by delivering a flurry of strong blows using a large trash can. And that's him with the trash can beating on the customer. That's him again. I'll show you the short video when I get a chance to go back to it. Anthony William, 41, allegedly berated employees before being kicked out of the chain's location in Paris, Texas. He then returned later on and allegedly attacked the staff member while drunk. The jaw-dropping clip recorded by Newhus came back to the location and allegedly unleashed a violent assault on a Whataburger worker. In the shocking footage, the manager can be seen ferociously beating the suspect down with a large gray dustpan in a one-sided brawl. The worker, donning a blue top and plastic gloves, delivers several hard blows before chucking his unconventional weapon of choice down on him. The hooded suspect then gets up and walks away, seemingly dazed. Fellow staff members could be heard calling for help during the scrap, with one shouting for someone to press the panic button. The customer who filmed the brawl, Billy Jones, told Fox 4 News that a different Whataburger worker whacked him on the head with a metal deep frying basket before the bin ordeal. So he got a whole nice beat down by the staff. This initial act of defense caused the allegedly unhinged man to drop to the floor before the manager intervened. Local police found him bleeding from the head in the Sykes car park. He was arrested and charged with assault, causing bodily injury, public intoxication, and criminal mischief. Cops claimed that he continued to cause chaos once behind bars. Following the ordeal, Whataburger said that the guests and employees' safety is a top priority. A spokesperson said, "We take incidents such as this seriously and are fully cooperating with authorities." It comes after the wild footage showed a vicious brawl inside of Whataburger in October. The food order mix-up caused a major customer beef, leaving one man with a concussion, broken bones, and bite marks to his body. 7 people were drawn into the bloody free-for-all at the Blanco Road site in Texas. This is the customer that got a beat down because he came in there drunk and was acting a whole fool. Now, let me see if I could go back to the video for y'all. Just wait for this ad to kind of skip. That's him getting up. That manager was standing on business. All right, in my opinion, your thoughts?
I am really tired of seeing restaurants involved in fights
Hmm.
and pow pows and everything else. If you can't be cordial and go get your food and walk out, don't come to these establishments because they're innocent people that can get caught up in your BS. This man came there and acted a whole fool. I really don't know what's wrong with these people. What they think they are gonna accomplish by coming in there and thinking they're gonna beat up the employees. But I'm glad this man, fought back. Um, and I'm glad that he got arrested because too many times I have seen these customers come in there and trash in restaurants. And now it's been the Family Dollars and the Dollar Generals. You don't have a right to destroy somebody's business because your order was wrong or they don't got what you need. That's not your right. This ain't Burger King. You can't have it your way. Um, I really wish we had people with common sense, and that's what we're missing in this world. Some common sense people.
I appreciate you. 1 second, Julius, because I think I have let me share screen again.
He comes to Father Left, Whataburger. Oh yes, right now.
So that was just it. Again, just hoping it was a little clearer. Julius, your thoughts?
He said, "Not today, Satan."
Mm-hmm.
He like, if your mama didn't give you a whooping and teach you home training, I'll show you a thing or two. Thing one, thing two. How you doing? I always talk about decorum, and that exists even going into the fast food restaurant to get a bite to eat. You always have to conduct yourself with decorum, and there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. This dude got the whooping of his life. I wish it was a little longer.
Thank you, Julius. Wayne, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm with Julius on that one because he looked good. Compared what he could have looked like. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these places like that, these are um, they're targeted on young people. A lot of the stores like that and the fast food places, a lot of young people there. You know, and they intimidate them. Most of them wouldn't buck up on an adult, and when they do, you see what happens. So a lot of these, there's a lot of young people, and it's like sitting targets for people to come in there, had a bad day, going to target them because of their bad day.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate, but he got just what he asked for. That's it.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
As these videos are becoming more and more frequent, I'm hoping that corporations are looking and at what their employees have to do to protect themselves, to just protect themselves at work. So there's policy that needs to be addressed and changed here. Because that when I remember working at McDonald's, we had that long high counter. There was no break where people could come in and out of. And now I see these fast food joints, they barely have a counter. They anyone can walk back there. There's easy access to go to the back. where we've seen many, many videos of customers doing that. So I'm hoping that corporations are seeing that by them trying to be more modern and customer friendly, they're putting their staff at risk, and they have to take it to the point where they gotta use plastic trash cans to beat the crap out of someone.
Mhm.
It it's you shouldn't have to go to any job to do that, to be to use whatever's next to you to protect yourself and just to try and earn a living at minimum wage. So I'm hoping none of them got fired, but that this be a lesson to the organization that they have to do better by their employees.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like you and don't listen. A lot of employees, I don't know no job really where you're not working hard, but definitely it's hard labor working like direct customer service. And I'm talking about the people that work in supermarkets, the people that work in clothing stores, the people that work in these fast foods, because like the people are like in your face and they are getting really irate and nasty now, and they're losing it on these workers, and it's just not fair. It's not fair at all. But honey, that one came through that Whataburger and they learned a lesson, because that manager stood on business. Not the day, not my restaurant. Listen, I'm gonna roll into this last story, people, with this the girlfriend that took the life of her disabled girlfriend. They're saying friends, roommates, but you know how these stories go sometimes. They label them different things depending upon who is reporting the story. But from the family and friends, by all means, this was the girlfriend. So let me share a screen so we can get into this story. Is this it? Did I kick out of my story? Let me read it to you first, because it looks like it did not save my story. So I'll read it to you first and then I'll go back to the news clipping. Torture addict killed disabled female lover, unleashed a sick plan to dispose of body, the DA says. A Westchester County woman tortured her lover so mercilessly that the victim lost 50 pounds before she was strangled to death. With the crime scene so sickening, the accused killer's own cousin turned her in, officials said on Wednesday. Kenya Telford, 41, is now on trial on first-degree murder charges in the stomach-turning death of 27-year-old Concetta Morton, who was allegedly brutalized for months before she was killed in September 2023 and left to decompose for days, prosecutor says. Telford allegedly tried to enlist help to get rid of the body, but even her own kin wouldn't bail her out. He was sick, horrified, and frankly terrified, prosecutor Layla told jurors during opening statements at the trial in White Plains. The cousins checked Telford into a motel. Then he went to Terrytown Police. The horrific case marks the first time the Westchester County District Attorney Office has lodged first-degree murder charges for a torture killing case, authorities said. The prosecutor said Telford, who is also charged with SAing two other women, abused Morton, who is developmentally disabled, for 4 months before the murder, and then spent 4 days trying to get rid of the body, prosecutor said. She even brought a chainsaw, offered one friend $1,000, then reached out to her cousin, who ended the horror, officials said. Police arrested Telford at a motel in the village of Elmsford, where she was holed up on September 15, 2023. But it was what they found at her home in New Rochelle that shocked the cops. They were overwhelmed with the horrific smell, and there was that plastic container where Concetta Morton's body was, said the prosecutor, the office homicide bureau chief. Concetta was too barely decomposed that you couldn't even see her face. Her legs were tied up with a yellow rope, the prosecutor said. She was almost completely naked, wearing a little pair of shorts. Her skin was falling off her body, and there were plastic bags by her head and attached to her back. The prosecutor said police also found a chainsaw in an open box next to the body alongside Tyreek suit, surgical gloves, bleach, mask, and receipts from Home Depot and the dollar store. Also at the scene were bloody footprints that tied Telford to the scene, she said. Prosecutor said Morton was an easy mark for the alleged killer. She suffered from cognitive and physical development issues stemming from premature birth and narcotics in her system. She wanted to feel independent. She wanted to feel autonomous. She wanted to feel love, the prosecutor said. I submit the evidence is going to tell you that considering Morton's disabilities, her delays made her an easy target for this defendant. She said Telford documented the abuse, including in a short video just days before the murder. You're going to see Concetta sit on a chair in the defendant's home, she told jurors. Her lip is bloody. She has blood dripping down in front of her shirt. She is disheveled. She's out of it in an altered state. And there's a black garbage bag around her shoulders. There's a piece of skin missing on her neck. Westchester prosecutors maintain Morton's death was part of a pattern. Telford is also charged with abusing another woman identified only as D in 2021, who allegedly sexually aimed her, choked, and threatened on several occasions. Another allegedly victim, identified only as M, was choked, beaten, and forced to pose for sexually explicit videos, also in 2021, according to prosecutors. Telford's attorney, Rachel, urged jurors not to be swayed by the horrific details put forward by the prosecutors and to focus on only facts and evidence. You promised to decide this case on the evidence and the evidence alone, she told the jury. We haven't heard yet. What you haven't heard yet is any evidence. You have not heard any evidence yet to implicate Kenya Telford. This is super sad. The woman is sick, and obviously she tortured other people, but the way she tortured this young lady is so sad, and then tried to get rid of the body. In my opinion, your thoughts?
So she done took several lives. She definitely, we need to bypass the prison system altogether. No need in our taxpayer money paying for her to sit in the cell and rot for the rest of her life. They can go ahead and give her the death penalty for all I care. To do something this gross, and to sit there and know that somebody's body is literally evaporating like that is despicable. Because now the family don't even get to say their last goodbyes. They don't get that moment. She took that away from them. Not only did she take something from them, a family member, but she took their last moments away as well. This is deplorable. I don't know how she got off from the first ones. I really don't. I don't know how we get to this point. They should have been had her locked up. But since y'all didn't do y'all job the first time, let's do the job and finish it and go ahead and set this bird free.
That part. Let me share a screen just so we can see the news clipping that I have.
In a disturbing crime in New Rochelle, a woman's being held without bail, accused of killing her roommate and hiding her body in their apartment.
CBS 2's Tony Aiello has some new details, including how police say they broke the suspect's alibi.
Franklin Avenue, a generally quiet street with well-kept multifamily homes. Here at number 155, a gruesome find. Police discovered the body of a woman in a storage bin in a third-floor apartment.
I just saw her last week, and this is very tragic.
Jillian Dunkley says she knows the victim, who police have not formally identified.
Very, very kind, have a heart of gold. She was just looking for shelter and friendship.
The felony complaint details charges against 40-year-old Kenya Tilford, accusing her of suffocating her roommate and then concealing the body for at least a week. Police say last Friday, someone reported seeing the body. A quick investigation led them to Tilford, and she was in custody by that afternoon. According to court documents, Kenya Tilford told New Rochelle police she was out of town last week in Virginia, but police had evidence that was a lie. The evidence, Tilford seen on surveillance video earlier in the week at the nearby Home Depot store. The felony complaint says she obtained a coverall, bleach, tarps, a storage bin, and a chainsaw. The body was found intact, not dismembered. This neighbor considered the suspect menacing.
She pretends to have this good image, but she has a black soul. She should never be let out of prison for the rest of her life.
In the complaint, hints of a possible defense. Tilford told police she used drugs and took meds to treat mental illness. Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
And a judge remanded Tilford to the Westchester County Jail. She is due in court on October the 10th.
Julius?
Take that monster out. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. The victim, that was her latest victim. They said she had developmental disabilities. She probably didn't even recognize the cues right away. Sometimes that happens to me. When you think people are good for you, you don't recognize the cues that they have bad intentions. And that person took advantage of that. Take her out. Let's not even give her a pad to rest her head on. Take her out. No 3 meals. Take her right out. An eye for an eye. That's it.
Thank you, Julius. Wayne, your thoughts?
You know, these are the people that need to be removed from society. And I'm all for eye for an eye. Because this woman should never see the light of day. She needs to be confined someplace with the bare minimums. If you can do this to one person and it sounds like she's done it to others, she doesn't need to be in society. She is nothing redeeming about her, in my opinion.
Thank you. Savannah, your thoughts?
I agree with the rest of the panel. My question is, were the people around her, did anyone, because this is more than just one episode. I think she suffered from several types of disorders here. I'm just wondering if anyone recognized her, because she's had a history. So she's a dangerous individual, and for this, so this woman has been missing for a week in that bin. Was that the story?
They was living together. They were lovers. But the end of the day, this woman is sick because you see she got other victims. It's incredibly sad. And here this woman was disabled and had her thing, but she was happy because she was like living on her own. People who take advantage of people to me are the worst of the worst. And I hope she spends the rest of her life in jail. And then thank God for the cousin who she called to help, get rid of the body. And the cousin is the one that, turned her in.
Right. And I agree that I'm glad that they did. She probably did it because it was starting to smell or something. I'm glad it wasn't a case where she was trying to take her benefits. And who knows if the cousin wouldn't have turned her in. That's probably what the scenario would be. She would continue cashing on her benefits. So there's no rehab for this woman. I think this is pure evil of society.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Savannah. Listen, guys, I'm going to stay connected to this story with this girlfriend because she's on trial now. So you see it happened a couple years ago. And no, actually now this is 2026. So a few years ago, and she's just now on trial. So I'm going to stay connected to see actually what happens with that case. There are so many cases out there where the loved one or their lover, girlfriend or boyfriend or their actual spouse has taken their life. I'm looking at one case right now where there was a couple, the wife took the husband's life, but she claimed it wasn't her. And then she had the nerve to write a children's book about, how children get over the grief of losing a parent. And meantime, she is the one who's being accused of taking her own husband's life. Just super, super sad. I don't understand why people feel they just can't leave, why they feel they got to take somebody's life versus leaving. It's sad that this woman, disabled, had to go through this and had to be tortured. You know, it's one thing if you go peacefully, it's never right for someone to take your life, but it's one thing if you go peacefully. It's another thing when people legit torture you. And then everybody at the end of the day want to blame something on mental illness. Well, you and your mental illness is going to sit behind bars. The Whataburger manager attack, you know, I think on a whole, there needs to be some legislation where workers are protected. If you think you're going to come in a Starbucks, the Dunkin' Donuts, the ShopRite, the Whataburger, the McDonald's, the Burger King, and just act the fool towards me because something wasn't right with your order, no, ma'am, no, sir. It should be an automatic sentence on you attacking a worker because it just isn't right. And you know, Chris Bosh, again, I think he's given a good message. What's the guy that Dane? What is his name? Eric Dane, who recently died. He had ALS. He knew he was dying. And he left a message to his daughters. And it was kind of like a similar message. That message was very heartfelt. I didn't play it because it's so emotional. And but he pretty much said the same thing too. It's
I think Steve Jobs.
Huh?
I think it was Steve Jobs.
No, I'm talking about the one that recently died. His name was Eric Dane. He played on
Oh, okay.
I forgot the name of the show.
Grey's Anatomy. He's played on several shows. Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful message to his daughters. And I'm just, you know, but again, he was like, find that thing that you love doing and do it and love life and live your life. So my biggest message to everybody is, and I had a girlfriend, there's this another thing that I want to do. And it's so wild that I was praying about it. And then one of my best friends, she called me. She just called me out the blue and was like, listen, I was thinking about you. And I know this is what you was trying to do. And I just feel like you need to just go ahead and do it. I'll talk more about that later. But I was like, you know what? I said, he sent the messenger because I was literally thinking about like, that is my next step. So, and I thought about doing YouTube for a long time before I did it. So I think the idea is to everybody is don't overthink anything. Just do it. I'm not perfect. You can go back to some of my very beginning videos. It's nothing like my videos now. And even my videos now is not perfection, but it is what it is. And I'm enjoying what I'm doing and I'm having fun. So listen, guys, live your life. We don't know when our last day is going to be, but don't get buried with your dreams. Don't leave this world and leave all your dreams in you. Have some of your dreams, live those dreams out. But listen, guys, y'all know the routine. If y'all ain't hit that like button on the way in, do the diva a favor, hit it on the way out. And we really have an express train tonight. So good night and goodbye, everybody. Choo choo.
Choo 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 choo.